Hey, brothers and sisters, this is Derek, Chad. Wanted to come and give you guys an update. There's a lot of rumors going around the floor, and this is going to be a singular issue message. Um, Back in December, we were notified that some of our V8 volume was going to decrease, and management informed us that this was going to be temporary and that in January we were going to get that business back and it was going to come back with a roar. Um, and that's the message that we shared with the membership because that's the direction that management gave us. Within the last couple of hours, we've been notified that our V8 business will be shut down. So that raises a lot of questions. We have a lot of questions. We're going to try to give you some information on what we know as of right now and try to keep people informed as we get information going forward. So, what we know right now is that it's mainly a cost issue, according to management, and that effective Monday, this coming Monday, which I believe is the 11th, we will be losing the V8 head business. No impact on the 6 business, at least to what they have said so far. And I'll let Chad fill you in on some of the details.
Okay. Hi, brothers and sisters. I wish I was coming with better news. I was hoping 2020 was going to be a great year for everyone. And I think it still can be. But unfortunately, today, approximately 1:30, I had a meeting with Gareth and Mary. And like Derek had talked about back in December, they had talked about volumes of the V8 heads were going down, but they would pick back up in January. That was the information that they shared with us in Key 4. That's what we believed. We actually reached out to Tonawanda. I spoke with the chairman. Derek spoke with the president. They were doing retooling. They had some layoffs. They were laying off one shift at a time. So we were still under the impression that that's what was happening. We were just waiting on Tonawanda to basically get all the retooling done. And then, about the third week of January, we would be right back to 13-1. But like I said, at 1:30, I had a meeting with Gareth and Mary. And they informed me that the V8 head business, they are going to have NEMAC do that. What does that entail? So effective next week, 48 jobs will be redeployed from SPM over to CSS, Diecast North, HIDC, pretty much everything in the other building. There will still be 2 cast lines, 2 finish lines, and heat treat on all 3 shifts. Pre-machining will just be ran on 2 shifts. That was the information that they shared with me. It was a brief conversation. I did contact the International afterwards, spoke with them. They were looking into this. But the one question they did ask me was, is anyone getting laid off? And I said no, which kind of alarmed me a little bit. So we are going to continue to look through Appendix L and make sure that that this is done legally. I don't believe it is, just first glance, but we are still looking into that. Just because you move 48 people and no one got laid off, that doesn't mean there hasn't been loss of work. This feels like Trim Island all over again. And, to come to us today and say, hey, this is going to be effective Monday, is a great way to start the year off. The way I look at this is basically profits over people. Because the other information that that they shared with us is that The reason that they were doing this is because of cost measures. Were they making profits off the heads we were making? Yeah, because we've been doing it for 9-10 years. So they're making money. That's what I don't understand. To me, this sounds to me more like a budget thing for Gareth versus anything else. That was my first initial thought. But if you guys see him on the floor, I'd be asking him those questions. Why are you letting this business go? We've been doing this and been doing it. We've got world-class quality over here. Tonawanda has expressed their dislike of the heads that come from NEMAC. Like I said, I've already reached out to Tonawanda to let them know that that was a decision that they made, and that expect to get some shit heads headed your way, because that's what they are.
The union side of it up at Tonawanda is not happy.
Yeah.
They do not want their heads. They want our heads.
Yeah.
Because they know that they are top quality and they are good parts. They know that.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going to be next. Maybe there's something coming behind this. I don't know. I know the life of these machines over here in SPM are at its end. So maybe it's something that we're going to get later on down the road. They haven't shared any information with us, just besides that, hey, we're gonna send this over to NEMAC versus having us do it. So that must be the other reason why I haven't heard any more about critical status, because they're going to be moving 48 people from this building over to that building. So I still got to contact International to find out where they've heard any more about critical status, but we may not need it, because we'll probably have enough people around on the weekends and everything else now. But we are still actively looking into this to see what we can do, what we can't do. It's a huge, just gut shot. We're very disappointed, angry, and I don't know. I'm pissed off, along with the shop committee and everyone else, and I'm sure everyone on the floor is too, and rightfully so. But this is strictly a management's decision to do this. We had absolutely no input in it. We have had no. It was just, hey, this is what's going on. Apparently, that they had talked about this in late December. There was no discussions with the union, and to come back from break and to hear this is just disgusting. So, like I said, we're going to continue to look into things, what we can, what we can't do. We're going to be combing over Appendix L to find any avenue that we can to try to retain this work, or what legal actions that we can take to do. So we're looking at those options right now, but we wanted the membership to be aware of what's going on. I know that Gareth said that they were going to be putting something out to let everyone know. We felt as a union that since they notified us of this move, that we wanted the membership to know, and know immediately. There's no sense of waiting. So that's the whole reason why we're putting this video out, and we wanted to inform the membership what we found out. So it's not a good news thing at all. I wish it was. I wish we were on here saying, hey, we're getting a $500 million investment. But unfortunately, that's not what we're dealing with today. So, like I said, we will continue to work on this, and hopefully we'll get some type of resolution either from up north or other legal action. or maybe there's something down the pipeline that we don't know about that they haven't shared with us, which is pretty common with them. Their lack of communication with not only us, but also the membership. Everyone's in the dark about everything. That's probably the reason why this plant runs the way it does. It's not because of the people on the floor. It's because of the management leadership here at this plant. To me, don't know how to run it. Now there are some that in there that do, but there's some that shouldn't be in this position at all. So we will continue to investigate and find out what we can, and we will share that information as we get it. So that's what I have today.
Now we know you guys have questions. We know that you guys have questions. How does this impact me? How is this going to impact the business? What's this going to do to overtime? Am I going to get bumped? All kinds of stuff. Bring them to your supervisor. Ask your supervisor first. See if they can get you some information. Okay. Again, as Chad said, this was their decision. We are going to be here to answer and give all the information that we can possibly give you the answers and give you the direction and help in every way that we possibly can. Start with your supervisor. But if you see us, if you need to put in a committee call us and ask us. We want to give you the answers that we have available. This is the information that we have right now. Like Chad said, it's not the best news, but we definitely wanted to make sure that you guys were aware of what was going on. We know that the rumor's out there, and sadly, it's true. So ask your supervisor. Put in the committee call. If you see us on the floor, ask us the questions. We're going to work through this together. If we've got the answers, we will make sure that we pass this information along. So from Chad, Derek, I wish we had better news, but we'll catch you on the floor. Solidarity.
Solidarity.